Okay. So welcome guys. Now I'm going to share my screen, okay? Okay. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Just a second. Okay. Second.
Nothing is so terrible as a pretentious movie. I mean, a movie that aspires for something really terrific and doesn't pull it off is shit, it's scum. And everyone will walk on it as such. And that's what filmmakers, in a way, that's their greatest horror, is to be pretentious. So here you are, on one hand, is trying to aspire to really do something. On the other hand, you're not allowed to be pretentious. Why don't you say, fuck it. I don't care if I'm pretentious or not pretentious, or if I've done it or I haven't done it. All I know is that I am going to see this movie.
People can say, that's like what you've done before, and I can actively, aggressively avoid them and steer away from them, or I can say, what do I want to do? What would I like it to be? And I have these choices with this part of the story, and this one feels like the most powerful to me, or the most meaningful to me. And I have tended to say, I think I would rather just do what I like.
Make your own industry. Recreate movies. Don't pay attention to industry. Do your own thing.
ものを作る人間で完全主義者じゃないやつはいるかって言うんだよ。いつまでたってもこれは不完全だと思ってるやつが本当にものを作るやつであってね。で本当にねこう打ち込んで仕事をしてればね、どんな仕事だってそれが面白くなるんだよ。ああいうことにならないといいものはできないしね。
If you truly love cinema with all your heart and with enough passion, you can't help but make a good movie.
To me, the great hope is that now these people who normally wouldn't make movies are going to be making them. And suddenly, for once, the so-called professionalism about movies will be destroyed forever, and it'll really become an art form. That's my opinion.
So did you guys enjoy the video?
Yes, Natalie. Thank you for the video.
Okay, thank you, Renata. So now I'm going to send the questions here on the chat. Okay. Can you guys see the questions?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk. If you have any question, just ask me, okay? Let me see, we have. Okay. Okay. See you. Okay, okay. So, Cesar, good evening. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I am Cesar Escobar. I am from Colombia, but I am living in Sao Paulo now. I am a material engineer. I finished my doctoral project or degree like 4 months ago. And I am here because I want to improve my speaking level. Well, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. Hey, Samia. Good evening. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Good evening, Natalie. My name is Samia. I'm from Piauí. I live in the capital, Teresina. I'm 27 and I work as a teacher, history teacher.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. Hey, Patricia. Good evening. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, good evening. I'm Patricia. I'm 34 years old. I live in Guarulhos, São Paulo. I'm married. I have 2 daughters, and I'm studying language at college now.
That's great. Thank you. And you, Julia. Good evening. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, Natalie. Sorry, I was doing something else. So my name is Julia. I'm 58 years old. I'm an English teacher, and I'm here to encourage my students. And when I can, when one student cannot attend the class, I drop by just to say hello.
Oh, that's awesome. It's good to have you here. Thank you, Julia.
It's a pleasure participating in your meeting.
So I'm Natalie. I'm the host tonight. So the first question is, do you like going to the cinema? And when was the last time you saw a movie in the cinemas? Can you answer this one, Cesar?
Yeah, I really love cinema. However, unfortunately, I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 years before or since 2 or 3 years, I can go to a cinema. Well, for me, here is very difficult because I was living in a small city called São Carlos in the interior of Sao Paulo. And there, the cinema, there are just two cinemas there. And it was very difficult to get to these cinemas because I live very far away of this cinema. But well, and today I live in Sao Paulo, but today for the pandemic situation, it's very difficult to go to a cinema.
Yeah, that's right. Now we can't go.
Yeah.
And you, Julia?
Frankly speaking, I used to like going to the movies, but now, of course, because of the virus outbreak, we are not allowed to go to that kind of place, right? And honestly, I don't remember what's the last film that I saw, but I think it was 2 years ago. Minha Mãe é uma peça 3, I think. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's a very good movie. And you, Samia?
Well, I love going to the cinema. It's one of my favorite things to do when I got some free time, you know. And the last time that I went to the theater was when the Wonder Woman 1984 came out. It was amazing because for me it's kind of magical, you know. It's almost like if you are getting to a new world, you know. So I feel that I'm part of the movie when I go to the movie theater.
That's awesome. And you, Patricia?
Yes, I like going to the cinema, and I don't remember as well my last time in the cinema. and I don't remember at all.
Yes, I think the last time went to the cinema, it was in 2019, and the movie was Glass. It's been a long time. So, Samia, can you read and answer the question number 2, please?
Okay. Do you remember the first time you went to the cinema? How was that? Well, it was amazing. I also remember the movie. You know, it was the Mummy. I guess I don't know how. What is it called? How can I pronounce this name? But a Mumia
Uh,
3. Somebody knows how to pronounce.
I think Julia knows.
Yeah, so I watched this movie and it was amazing because I've never seen something like that, you know, a big screen and a lot of people watching the same movie as I did, and some people yelled. I mean, yeah, it was there was a lot of excitement in the room, and it was a magical experience for me. It was amazing. And also, when I watched my first movie in 3D, it was another amazing experience.
Oh my God, I can imagine that. I do love cinema because, like as you said, it's a pretty nice experience. And you, Cesar?
Well, my last. What kind of movie do you?
It's
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
question number 2.
Number two. Do you remember the first time? My first time. Wow. I believe, I don't know, that was when I was a little boy. Because my first idea of cinema was watching a movie from Disney called Mulan. I don't know if you know. It's like a girl that fight in a China war. I don't know if it's China. Yeah, it's more or less. I believe. I don't know. She tried in that area. Women are. Is it not possible to women to fight in a war? For this reason, she put some men clothes and fight in this war. After that, they help to win this fight or war. Yeah, it was a child movie, um, and for me was very nice because I was a little boy, and the first time that we know this place is very nice.
Yeah, thank you. And you, Julia?
Oh my gosh, Nati, this is a very difficult question because I was nearly, 14, I guess, but I don't remember the name of the film. And answering Samia questions, I'm not sure, Samia, I think it's Mamia. We also pronounce like this. This is not a kind of word that we use on a daily basis, right? How was that? Oh, well, the first time is always fantastic, right? I can remember the feeling. I remember some plots and spot. The plots. Plots is the technical word for filming that kind of stuff, but it was fantastic.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. And you, Patricia?
So question number 2, yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I remember my first time. I was 14 years old. I was with my friends, and we went to the movie called Todo Mundo em Pânico. And yes, I was so excited, because it's my first time with my friends. And yes, I remember this, I was so happy with my friends.
That's good. Thank you, Patricia. For me, I don't remember the move, but I remember that I went with my mother and my nephews. It was amazing too, especially because of my nephews, because they were like too young, and I was excited about them too. So, question number three. Can you read and answer this one, Patricia?
Yes. What kind of movies do you like the most? What is your favorite movie? So I answer?
Yes.
Okay. Romantic romance, I love. Uh, favorite, I think Pretty Woman. I love it so much, that movie, Pretty Woman.
Yes, it's also a great movie. Thank you. And you, Samia?
Well, I like all all type of movies, but my favorite one is superhero movies, especially superhero Marvel's superhero movies. Uh, but I don't have a favorite one because I really like cinema, watching movies. This is something that I do a lot. So I don't have a favorite one, just one. I have a list. I can mention like all movies from Marvel. Okay, let me see. Pretty Woman, uh, Moulin Rouge, Titanic, maybe Men in Black, Kill Bill, and go on. I have a bucket list of my favorite
Yes.
movies.
And you, Cesar?
Well, for me, I am a little different. I like different kind of movies, but currently I like more alternative cinema. Um, for example, more like a cultural cinema, and that is very difficult to get in a traditional theater. And I don't know, here in Brazil, this kind of movies are possible or are very common, but in Colombia or in France, that I spent a year there, was very common. Well, but I like the traditional or the traditional movies like the Marvel movies too. Well, I have a list like some to my favorite movies. Now I have in mind like Inception. It's a movie. Very, I don't know if it's now here. I don't know the name in Portuguese. And another one, Interstellar. Another one. Yeah, these two are my now that I remember.
That's good. Thank you. I watched Interstellar last night for the first time. It's
Yeah,
an
it's like
amazing
a
movie.
2 hours. I don't remember how
Three,
many.
almost
Yeah.
three.
Oh, yeah.
And you, Julia?
Again, another difficult question because a person in my age, I don't remember even what I ate yesterday, but I have a huge list. But I would list, for example, that one that I mentioned, Minha Mãe é uma Peça. I really loved it. It's a national film, funny, but I have a huge list of good films I've seen so far.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, this film is possible to watch where, in Netflix maybe or not? This
Yes, I think it's available on Netflix.
okay, thank you. It's from Brazil, yeah.
Yes, very funny.
Thank you.
Yeah, for me, I really like drama movies and horror movies. Mm, I don't have a favorite one, I guess. Mm, yes, I can't think about one now. So next question, it's question number 4. What do you think about the movie remakes? And do you think is it a lack of creativity? Cesar, can you answer this one?
Uh, I'm not sure, but movie remakes is, for example, I don't know, number 2, number 3, the same movie, and like the continuation, the when we continue with the same history.
No,
Or
it's like people
and make
get
again
an
The same
a movie.
history, but with a
yes,
different cast.
Okay.
yes.
Thank you. Well, yeah, for me it's a lack of no. Maybe it's necessary to put again these histories. To put again, we need to use new technology to increase the these feelings that the movies share to us. For example, for this reason, I suppose that many people, many cinemakers try to put again these movies because there are many very interesting movies that, but we need to put again to us because there are new people to allow to watch these movies. And yeah, sometimes it's necessary to remake some very beautiful movies, but not all of them.
Mhm. Yes, I agree with you. And you, Samia?
It's a good question, you know. For me, I think there's a big possibility that a movie that is remake. I don't know how can I say this, but yeah, a remake could be a disaster. Either it could be a disaster or a success. You know, I think it depends on people who are working with this movie. You know, who are thinking how they are gonna make this remake. You know, so there are some. I was looking up here on Google, and there's like a list top 10 of the worst remakes ever in the history, and there are some uh, another list with the top best remakes ever. So yeah, it depends. Depends.
Yes, that's right. I think the same as you guys. It depends. Sometimes it can be good, but sometimes it's just waste of money.
And
So,
these movies are very expensive.
oh yes,
Yeah, sometimes the original is better than the remakes, and the same, you know, the opposite is also true. You know, sometimes the remake is better than the original. It depends the cast and yeah, how the movie is recorded and yeah.
yes. So let's wait, Julia, a little bit. I think she's coming. Yeah,
Sorry, guys, I had to take that call.
no problem.
Which
It's your
question are
time.
you in? Which
Question
question?
number 4.
Number 4. What do you think about the movie remakes? Is a lack of creativity? Not at all, because sometimes the cast, the new cast, sometimes can be better than the original one. I think it's good. It's always a good idea.
Thank you. So, question number 5. What is the most horrible movie you have ever seen? Can you answer this one, Samia, please?
First of all, I hate horror movies. It's only the kind of movie that I don't like to watch, you know. Oh my goodness, because I don't feel good when I'm watching it, you know. So I don't like it, but it doesn't mean that I never watched a horror movie. No, I mean, let me see, let me think, just a little bit. I just can't think of scary movie, you know. And that one with the man who how can I say, who chase you on your dreams, in your dreams. Oh my goodness, so scared. Fred Krueger, and Chucky. Oh my goodness, that doll scared me a lot.
Yes, just the classical ones. And you, Cesar?
Well, I I don't like the well. For me, it's okay this horror movie, but I don't like to watch because yeah, like Samia, I am a little afraid with this kind of movies. But well, for me, it's possible if I am with my friends, but alone it is impossible. But the worst movie that watched was there is one that called Shark Twister, something like that. It's like a twister with sharks that attack a city. And for me, it's a movie without meaning. It's a movie without connection. It's very, I don't know, unacceptable to me because it's very crazy, but dumb at the same time. I don't know. And this movie have like 4 movies in this with this idea, and for me, it's very idiot. This kind of movie.
And you, Julia?
Oh, yeah. I have to mention that I hate watching that kind of movie. And I was trying to remember what was the film that I saw many years ago, the first version, Exorcist. It was terrible. I couldn't sleep for many nights. No way.
Yeah, it's very scary. I remember. Oh,
Natalie,
sorry.
how do you feel when you watch these horror movies because you like? How do you feel during these movies? Because for me, it's like yeah, it's exhausting. I don't know, exhausting to me because I feel nervous or something like that. But I know people that really love and enjoy these movies. What do you? How do you feel during these movies?
Well, good question. I think it depends sometimes. Depends of the movie, but I feel excitement. Yeah, and there is an article that says that horror movies help us to lose weight, and it's also kind of, something like you. How can I say? My God, you get attached. Like visual. I forgot. Like something that. How can I say visual? I forgot the word.
Which one?
No, he asked me about
The
the
word,
feeling.
the word,
Oh,
vício,
sorry, vicio. Yeah,
addicted.
yes. Horror movies make you addicted because it really some things in your brain. You need to read this article. I'm gonna search and I'm going to send on the chat. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Julia, I think you were asking something.
No, no, darling. I was asking because you said I forgot how to say addicted when you get addicted to something. So just to refresh the word.
Okay, thank you. So the next question, question number 6. What do you think about the cinema industry in your country? Can you answer this one, Cesar, please?
Yeah, well, I have some fights in my head about this topic because, for example, from Colombia, the majority of our movies are about narcotraffic and about drug dealer, about this kind of ideas of uh, social problems, poor people using these ideas to get a better future, but about wars, about tragics, and well, yeah, these ideas are sometimes are our reality there, but for me there are another kind of ways to show our culture, and there are more ideas to show to the world. I want to my country or start sharing different kind of movies. But today, the traditional ones are about drug dealer and this kind of people. For this reason, I don't like this kind of movies.
Very interesting. Thank you. And you, Samia?
Well, I think we have a good industry here in Brazil. At least I really like watching Brazilian movies. But I think people here they don't care too much about the Brazilian movies, because Hollywood is a huge industry, and the movie they produce there, I have to admit that have more quality. But here we have wonderful actors and actors, good stories to tell, and yeah, I think it's good. I just I think it's important to have more like people who can invest in our industry.
Yes, I totally agree with you. We have good movies, but we didn't get any like enough investment. And you, Julia, what do you think?
Well, I'm not a I'm not a specialist, but I would say that the cinema and film industry is comprised of many companies, and that industry employs and gives salaries to a lot of people. It's not only actresses, there are lots of production infrastructure, there are a lot of people involved. I think in terms of income, it's something really profitable. As I mentioned, I'm not a specialist. Unfortunately, the industries was jeopardized because of Le Rouanet. I don't know how to explain that better, but I think it was something that was not used in the right way. But I think the industry in Brazil was really good. Nowadays, because of the virus outbreak, I don't know how it is. I think everybody's trying to survive.
Yes, that's right. So,
I want to ask
oh,
you
sorry.
guys, do you know the movie Cidade de Deus?
Yes.
It's like Because for me, well, it's opportunity to show our society in this movie was for me was a good uh, show that sometimes good films are created here in Latin America because I remember the actors are very well. They show me, for example, I'm from Colombia, and the first time that I watched this movie was very impacting or shocking to me because they show a very specific situation very well, and the image and the situation are very well conducted. And in this time or in this situation, I said, "Oh my God, these movies are very good here." And yeah, they talk about a difficult situation and social situation, but the idea that they show is very well. Is very well conducted. I don't know why. Uh, how do you feel about this movie?
Mm, what do you think, Samia?
I've never watched it because there's so much violence in it, so I think I can't handle it, so I never watched it, this movie. So I have nothing to tell about it.
Okay, no problem. And you, Julia?
Now I was trying to do a research because if I'm not mistaken, but I had no time to find an answer. It was rewarded. It was an academic. I don't know if it was all. I don't remember. It was a rewarded film. Yes, it shows our reality in Rio de Janeiro. I cannot see that I watched the film, but I saw some spots, some parts of the film. But it is our reality, and as Samia mentioned, it is violent. Unfortunately, is what really happens in our Islams, right? Yeah, but I'm still doing my research in order to find out what was the prize or that film won.
Okay, when you find you can share with us. So, question number 7. How much does it cost to see a movie in your country? Cesar?
Number 7. How much
Yeah.
does it cost? Well, I don't know. I really don't know. A movie from my country. Well, I suppose they are cheaper compared to movies from Hollywood. Yeah, totally. These movies are very cheap. But the majority of them are about traditional stories about violence. For this reason, I don't know. Maybe will be like easy to develop there because we don't use like a good or amazing action effects or these different effects from computer or something like that. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I maybe will be very cheap there.
Thank you. And you, Samia, do you think cinema in Brazil is cheap or expensive?
Well, it depends on what place you're going to watch the movie, because here there are a cinema where you can pay not much, but there is another cinema where it's more comfortable, watch the movies, and the food is better, but it's gonna cost, a little, how can I say, higher, or Yeah, it's gonna cost. It's not gonna be cheaper at all. So here in Teresina, the full ticket is 30 reais. 30 reais. The half is like 15. Uh, Here we have like a special room when you can even, lie in the chair. So in this kind of room, you're gonna pay like 50 reais.
Oh my God. It's very expensive.
Prices in São Paulo is pretty much the same. I remember that I paid one of the last time nearly 50.
Oh God.
Yeah, here is very expensive. Go to the cinema. Yeah.
Here in Recife is almost the same. I think it's expensive, especially if you gain just one salary. One salary. It's terrible.
Nati, if you
Hey,
excuse me, I have to leave because I have to be prepared for my next student. It
no
was a
problem.
pleasure meeting you guys, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Bye, Julia.
My pleasure. Bye-bye.
Bye. So, guys, let's move to the next question. It's question number 8. Do you think movies have been developing technology or technology has been developed movies? What do you think, Cesar?
Well, I think that sometimes the first option and sometimes the second one, because for example, when for example Steven Spielberg tried to try to recreate dinosaurs, for example, to this Jurassic Park movie. Well, I suppose, and during this time, he tried and they tried to use different technologies to and develop some ideas or put together some ideas to reproduce these spots or these movies or this part of movies very well. Yes, it's like a mixture between sometimes they develop some new ideas and sometimes they use the new technologies to reproduce their ideas. And well, it's very difficult to know the limit of this interface between one of them. But yeah, it's like a mixture of both situations.
Yes, I agree with you. Sometimes we saw some technology in the movies, and after that, we saw the technology in real life. It's pretty good. And you, Samia?
I think the second option, I believe that technology has been developing movies. Yeah, um, we can see that throughout the time, the movies are getting better. Talking about image, special effects, and yeah, and this is amazing because I think they wanna make they wanna um, they wanna give us this amazing experience. If we are in the movie, feel that we are part of the movie, and this is amazing. There are like um, movies in six D. You can feel the if it's raining and during the movie, so it's rain over you. If it's like there's a windy, so you're gonna feel it, and that's amazing.
I have a question. How much do you have to pay for this movie in your series? This with this kind of effect that I shared is very expensive.
Well, here it's not common. You know, sometimes there are like a special moment when they bring this kind of things. You know, and I don't remember exactly what is it cost, but I think something like, you know, because it's only a couple of minutes. You know, you're not gonna watch a whole movie. Um, so 15 minutes, for example, like you have to pay 15 reais, you know, for 15 minutes. So which is really expensive.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't have here. I think it's just Samia said it's just like a premiere.
Mm,
So guys, I think we have time for one more question. And this one is a tricky one. I'm I'm asking for Samia. Samia, Marvel or DC?
What do you think?
You are a Marvel girl.
Yeah, definitely. From DC, only Wonder Woman, and that's it. But the rest of superheroes, definitely Marvel.
And you, Lara. Lara Martins.
It's a difficult question for me. I'm not a DC or a Marvel girl. I just watch few movies when I want to have fun. And I don't know if it's the End War or Black Panther. I just watch. Sorry.
Problem. And
Disappointing you.
no problem. And how was the conversation in your room?
Me again?
Yes.
It was great. We exchange experience and opinion about movies and international movies, and we improve the conversation talking about the series. So it was great time.
Yes, thank you. Do the Marvel or DC?
I was saying that in our room that I'm not like a. I think the last one of the last movies I saw in the cinema was the last one from Avengers, and I'm not that fan that was screaming. You know, I was like horrified in the cinema with people like, "Wow, what happened?" You know, and but I prefer Marvel.
Okay, thank Hi there. How was the experience?
Hey there.
Hey there, sorry.
Sorry. To me, it's good the first or second time here, and I training a lot. Is a good platform. A friend of mine that showed to me, and every day we keep a conversation about how was the class, and to me is good. Today was a good conversation. The person have the people sorry have a good level, and I think this is a thing that I need to improve my knowledge and to become more fluent in the future.
That's great to hear. And you, Marvel or DC?
So I said in the other room that I don't watch a film a lot. I'm start to watching now, and I try to watching a series. And I don't know who is the Marvel or who is in DC. I think he's Super-Homem, but I don't know. Sorry, but I like more War series and the our movies.
Okay, thank you. Inas, is that correct?
Yeah,
So, how was the conversation?
great. Was a lot of dynamic. Everyone talked a lot, and I really liked everyone today. Every day, no, actually.
That's great. And do you prefer Marvel or DC?
None of them because I don't know nothing about Marvel DC.
Natalie.
Okay. Oh, sorry, Sam.
No, because I remember that I have here a short clip when I was in the cinema watching Avengers. So I want to share what I felt when I was watching this movie. So here. Uh, That's it.
Oh my, I can't imagine how Duda felt watching this. So, the last one, Igor, how was the conversation? And DC or Marvel?
The conversation was very good. All the people in my room was, we talked a lot, and it was very good. Well, Marvel this or DC, it's definitely Marvel. There's no chance for DC. Marvel team.
Okay, thank you. Marise, how was the conversation? Marvel or DC?
Oh my gosh. Conversation was great. And Duda, Renata, it was our leader. She was very wonderful. And we laughed a lot talking about the movies that we watched. And Marvel DC, oh my gosh. I always forgot which one is. But I believe it's Marvel because the Avengers, and I really love Avengers. So Marvel team.
Oh my, I think I'm the only one that is DC team here. But I know Marvel's been better for the last years.
Which movies are
So,
from DC?
sorry?
Which movies are from DC? I don't know.
Batman, Superman, X-Men.
Aquaman,
Yes.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder
Yes.
Woman.
There are many.
Yes. So, guys, it was a pleasure having you here this meeting. I hope you enjoy it. Please don't forget to answer the feedback and see you next Monday. Bye.
You.
Bye
Thank you,
bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.